Good morning, girls. The last session was all about servlet theory, right? Introduction of servlets. We have gone through the life cycle of servlet as well as how it works. That also we have covered in the previous session. Then, in previous session, we also learned how you can create your servlet through Apache Tomcat, where to install Servlet API file and how to get that file, right? How to create a directory structure for Tomcat Servlet. At the same time, I told you that you can create your servlet through any editor like Notepad, as well as you can use Netbeans IDE for creating your servlet application. So, in today's session, what we are going to cover is how to create a servlet application through Netbeans IDE. Here we will create a new servlet, right? But without using any IDE in previous session, but in current session an IDE is integrated development environment. Integrated development environment, IDE stands for integrated development environment, and it makes creating applications a lot easier. As I told you that in previous session we learned that how to create application without any editor, where we have gone through that how to create XML. It is very difficult to create XML file manually. It is better way to use any editor for creating our application, so it become easier for us to create an application, servlet application in Java, right? So we'll learn how to create servlet application on Netbeans IDE. Here we'll not cover the Eclipse IDE. Then you can decide which one you want to use. You can go through Eclipse IDE also, but this is up to you which editor you want to use, right? I am very well familiar with Netbeans IDE, as we have already used Netbeans IDE in previous session for Java programs also. So I also suggest you to use the same environment, same application for creating servlet also. Using integrated development environment is the easiest way to create servlet application. An IDE is a software application that provide facilities to computer programmers for software development. Eclipse, MyEclipse, Netbeans, these all are example of popular Java IDE, right? Now, how to create a servlet application in Netbeans IDE? Let us go through step by step. First of all, we need to follow some simple steps. First step is open Netbeans IDE and then select File and New Project. Let us create one project for servlet creation. For that, open Netbeans installed in your machine, right? We are doing same example parallelly in Netbeans. As I told you that Netbeans always takes some more time when you open it for the first time. In first step, what we will do is open file and then create a new project. Here we have a screen because we have already used Netbeans for creating our Java database related, connectivity related programs through Netbeans. So it is opening and it is showing all the projects, right? But we want to create a one new folder. For that, click on file and then new project. As shown on the screen, select Java web application. From the categories, we will choose Java Web, and from the project window, we'll choose web application, right? Then click on next button. Here click on next button. We'll come on this second step. This will automatically find the features. Here we'll provide the name to our project, right? Servlet underscore folder. I have chosen this name for my project that I want to store in F drive, and as I have stored this in Oracle folder, here again choose this same folder for creating this new project, right? Click on open. Project folder is this. Now I don't want to set this project as my main project, so deselect this one, move back to your document. They have given a name to their project as first, and they have different project location for storing their project. Okay, click on next and then click on finish. Click on next, and then by default the server settings will be shown. It will be selected itself. Here you can see the name of server, Glassfish server, right? Java EE version is automatically selected. Fine. In previous session we used Apache Tomcat server. Instead of that, here Glassfish server 3 is available with Netbeans, so we'll use the same server for creating our Servlet applications. Click on next and click on finish. We don't want any type of framework for our Servlet, so in the fourth window, framework window, will not select anything, right? And just click on finish. This will create a new folder with different logo. If you compare this logo with other logos, you can see the difference. Here we are going to create a web application, so globe is selected as an icon for our project folder. Let us see the directory structure of Servlet folder. Project name is Servlet folder, sorry. Here you can see the web pages. Inside the web pages, Web INF folder is automatically created, that we have created for Tomcat server manually, right? Expand Web INF, you will find sunweb.xml file as well as index.jsp page over here. Collapse this folder, then source packages you will get over here. Inside it you will get default packages. Then one more folder is created, test packages, right? Then libraries is available. Here you can see the JDK version, JDK 1.6, as well as Glassfish servers are included over here. It will be done automatically. Then test libraries are available and configuration files are also there. So this is the default structure of your newly created project, right? And you will get one index.jsp page on the screen on your editor window. You will get index.jsp page. Let us switch back to Servlet student file. The complete directory structure required for the Servlet application will be created automatically by the IDE. as I have shown you, right? We've gone through these directories also. Now to create a servlet, what we will do? The structure is automatically created, but now in the next step what we have to do is to create a source package for creating our servlet, right? To create a servlet, open a source package, right click on default packages, new and servlet. Go to servlet folder, minimize web pages, expand source packages folder, right click on default package, click on new, and up to now we have created Java class, but instead of that we have to choose servlet now, right? If you want to create a servlet, click on servlet. This will open a new servlet window. You have to provide a name for your new servlet and then appropriate folder for storing your servlet. Here give the name to your servlet. Let us see what is the name given to the servlet. My servlet is a name given to this file. My servlet, where M is capital and S is also capital. My servlet, right? It will create a file, an appropriate folder, as we have already chosen the path for storing this project. Click on next. Again you will get a new step in the same window. Configure servlet deployment. See, this is the most important thing. Deployment descriptor. As I told you that in Tomcat Apache server, if you are using Notepad as an editor, you have to create XML file yourself. But if you go with any IDE, I mean with Netbeans, with Eclipse, whatever editor you are using, here you will get a ready-made XML file, right? You will get a deployment descriptor file automatically. Here you have to register the servlet with the application by giving the servlet an internal name, then specifying patterns that identify the URL that invoke the servlet, and separate multiple patterns with commas. You can even give more than one URL for your servlet, right? So which setting we have to do in this window? Let us see. Here you can see one single line with one checkbox. This will add servlet information in Web XML file. You don't have write it of your own. As I told you that you have no need to write it yourself. You will get it ready-made with name web.xml, right? So click this checkbox. Then class name will be displayed automatically. As you can see, my servlet is a class name given to our servlet. Then next, servlet name through which you want to identify your servlet. Here hello is a name given to the servlet, so I will write hello over here. Hello. URL pattern, same we want, right? You can take the different URL pattern also, but for the sake of simplicity I have not changed the name. Servlet name, same servlet name use as a URL pattern also. Change servlet name and URL pattern from here. I don't want to initialize any parameter. Leave this small window, small frame blank, right? And click on finish. So here you will get a default coding for your servlet that you have to do yourself if you are using Notepad. Some default packages will be imported by itself, then one class, public class, will be created itself, right? Here you can even see the coding, then you can see the object of HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response are also automatically taken, right? And one method with name process request is automatically defined. The servlet class is ready and you just need to change the method definition and you will good to go. Here you can see that my servlet.java is created, right? Now write some code inside your servlet class. It is very easy. You can write the code in your servlet class, right? The name of this file is myservlet.java. Here you can see the doGet method, right? doGet method is here, but here we cannot find the doGet method. Where is it? So it is already available. If you expand the plus symbol, you'll come to know that doGet method as well as doPost method both are available in our servlet window, right? Keep them as it is. I will tell you the reason why both the methods are available and why in our main method inside our main class process request is shown, right? That I will explain you. Now what to do is to remove this comment. I am going to remove line number 32 as well as line number 41. Okay, so here you can see the name and ready-made programming code for your first servlet. HTML, head, title, head, all of you are very well aware of this tags of HTML, right? Here we will remove all these things and just write out.println. Here I will type my message. What is the message? Welcome to my first servlet application in Netbeans IDE. I will write. Okay, so this line only I want to print through this application, nothing else. બીજું કાંઈ જ નથી કરવું આપણે. So what is next? How to save this code? Create an HTML file, right click on the web pages, new and HTML. In the next step what we will do, that's it. Here the coding part of my servlet is over, right? Now save your file. In the next step we will right click on the web pages, new and HTML. Web pages, right click, new and HTML. Okay, again this will ask for HTML file name. So we'll provide the name, give it a name. We recommend you to name it index, as all of you are aware that the index page starts the execution first, because browser will always pick up the index.html file automatically from the directory. Index file is read as the first page of any web application, right? So it is recommended to you to give the name index.html to your HTML file. Here you can see this index is given, right, for the project. Servlet underscore folder, location is web pages. Okay, then no need to write anything in folder text box. This will choose the folder automatically, created file, and click on finish. Here we got the HTML file. This is again by default, you will get this much code. Write some code inside your HTML file. We have created a hyperlink to our servlet. Okay, we have created a hyperlink to our servlet in our HTML file. You can create a hyperlink that all of you are knowing this command, right? href. Through href we can give the link of any of the pages. Hello is a name of your servlet, as we have also given the same name in our project folder. Let us remove this commented portion. Okay. Then no need of meta. Remove these lines. We need only plain HTML file. Plain HTML file. It is very easy to define. Head tag is empty. If you want to write a title tag, you can give. Okay, in the body tag, what we will write? Here you will get the help if you want to write something. Click here to go to. I am giving h1 tag, right, inside it. Click here, then a tag I am taking, right. In the a tag I will give href. The name given to our servlet is hello. Href equals to hello. Then we will write something. Click me, and our a tag is O, right. Save your file. Then what is next? Edit web.xml file. In the web.xml file you can see we have specified the URL pattern and the servlet name. This means when hello URL is accessed, our servlet file will be executed. Web.xml, where is it? Locate the file. Expand web.inf folder. Here you can get Web XML file, right. Your general tab is shown. Go on XML tab and you will get your deployment descriptor file ready. Okay, we have set these values in the beginning when we created a servlet. At the same time we have set these parameters for XML file also. if you remember, right? Hello and slash hello, these are the patterns. Now here you can specify the welcome file name. Welcome page of your application is index.html. Whenever you start running your servlet, this page will be displayed first, index.html. Here what you have to do is you have to insert this tag after servlet mapping. Okay, so you can remove session config tab. As you can see that we'll get a ready-made tag, welcome file list. Okay, now what we have to write between this file is this tag, welcome file. Welcome file over this tag, and between this I will write the name of HTML file, which is index.html, right? Index.html, this is our welcome file, so write the name of this file. Now in the next step, run your application. For that we'll right click on our project and select run. Okay, here you can see Servlet folder, right click, and you can see the run command here. So by clicking on the run command, you will get open your browser. Click on the link created to open your servlet. This will open this type of page. Click here to go to my servlet page. When you click on this my servlet page link, you will get another window, another result, and welcome to my first servlet application in Netbeans will be shown on the screen. So this will be the result. So let us run our program by clicking on Servlet folder, right click, click on run button. This will open Glassface server. Here if you are creating your program through Netbeans ID, then no need to install a Tomcat server, right? Automatically it will be run by the Glassface server. When you click on the run button, here at the right side of your editor, you can see the progress bar. Okay, let us run it once again. Run. Build is successful. If you show the message here, build successful, right? And in the browser localhost 8080, our servlet folder, our main folder is running, and we got the message click here. From where it comes? This came from the file index.html. Whenever you start running your servlet, it will start from the index.html. This is our welcome file. As we have mentioned the name of this file in web.xml, here click on web.xml and select XML tab. Here we have mentioned the name of welcome file, that is index.html. Okay, so in the index.html, the coding is just we have given the hyperlink on click here. In the localhost, we can see this, click here. When you click on this link, you will move to the hello servlet, right? And we got the message, welcome to my first servlet using Netbeans IDE, which is programmed in my servlet.java file. Here it is. Okay, and in the title bar, in the address bar, you can see the URL pattern servlet folder /hello. The URL pattern for this page, myservlet.java, the URL pattern for this page is again mentioned in web.xml, right? Go to XML tab. Here you can see this name. Servlet class is myservlet. The name defined for this servlet is hello, and the URL pattern for hello servlet is /hello, right? The URL pattern for this class is /hello. So deployment descriptor will provide all the information to run the servlet, right, to the Glassfish server or Tomcat server, wherever you are running your program. The server will get all the information from deployment descriptor file. Web XML is your deployment descriptor. Okay, so here the first program is run. Welcome to my first servlet using Netbeans IDE. Now it is showing localhost 8080, right? You should keep one thing in your mind: the port ID of Glassfish server and the port ID of your XAMPP server. XAMPP server. Here you can see the port ID of Apache, right? It is 8081. Both should be different. They both should be different. Here we are using 8080 and for Apache we are using 8081, right? जो बन्ने same हसे तो conflict थासे. So here you should keep that thing in your mind whenever you run your servlet, right? Now how you can change this port ID? For that, open your IDE, Netbeans IDE. Here you can see project, files and service menu. Click on services. Here you will get server as a folder. Expand this folder. Here Glassfish server is installed, right? Right click on Glassfish server, go to properties. You can see everything. You can see all the properties of Glassfish server over here. Here you can see the location, localhost 8080. Fine. So you have to keep these things in your mind. If your XAMPP server and Glassfish server both are running on this same port ID, you can change the port ID for XAMPP. Or second way is, you must keep the XAMPP server off, as I am showing you, right? Keep your Apache server in stop position. Do not start it. If you want to run your Glassfish server and the port ID of both the server are same, then may be a chance of conflict between these two servers. So it is better way you keep Apache server off, right? So ત્યાં આગળ કોઈ એવા કોન્ફ્લિક્ટના ચાન્સ રહેશે નહીં. So this is all about your first servlet program, right? In the next session we will develop one more program. Till then, thank you and bye bye.